Hey folks, Kevin here. Well, it's December 6, 2025. It's warmed up. It's up to 32 degrees Fahrenheit. We've had a couple really cold days lately, 4 degrees Fahrenheit and all. And it's been challenging. And usually I try to stay 1 or 2 days ahead on my videos just to give me buffer, for the content that I try to create and all. And so actually I'm making this quick video here to just let you know I hadn't made a video in the last couple of days. My last video was 3 days ago when I was moving the trusses and all. And I tweaked my back. Now my back, it's not real bad. I've had really bad episodes of pain in the back, pain of my nerves along my vertebral column. My vertebral column, well, there's lots of arthritis, lots of fixation, have had a few surgeries, and things are no longer mobile. I'm not able to twist and bend, and as a result, I've got weak back muscles as well, especially when I bend over. So I got to be real careful, and I was really careful when I was bringing the trusses in. And we'll go back here for a second and see. I'm not sure, it'll probably be too dark, but we'll go down here for a minute and see. So I brought these trusses and gates in the other day, and I was real careful handling these as well. But just for me, wife commented about some of these attachment plates, these truss plates that attach the different boards on the trusses and all. And the question was, geez, isn't that going to interfere with the structural integrity, the strength of it? And absolutely. If, one thing, if the metal plates themselves, which are galvanized, which contain zinc, they can lose some of their zinc and they can start to rust as a result of that as well. If they go through wet and dry cycles, the wood will, both the metal and the wood will expand at different rates and capacities and shrink at different rates as well, which can loosen them up. And it can also allow the entry of fungal organisms to get in there as well. So all of those things really need to be taken into consideration. Now the building went down in February 20th, and the trusses were just about exactly where they are now, back there, where they were stored before and during the building collapse. The one good thing about the timing of everything is that this wall in the building was still standing, even though the rafters were down into this area. But the trusses weren't getting exposed to snow and water. That was one really good thing. And it took me months, and I started at the other end, down there at the west end, which that whole area was collapsed right out on top of the blueberry bushes there. And I actually started with the front, everything that fell this way first. Then I started working my way from the far left over there this way and worked my way in. And the very last area that I got to was right over here. So during those winter and spring months when it's rainy and all, they were still protected. However, that ended once we got them out back. And you saw in the last video where I had them stored out there. And I contemplated whether to put plastic over them, but I didn't want to hold moisture in as well. And we had a very long drought this summer. So for the most part, they only got wet a couple of times until just recently, where we had all the rain and all. And so they did get wet. They have gotten frozen while they were wet. Well, yes, I imagine that they were frozen at the time that they were wet. So I don't know how bad they are. I don't think they've had the opportunity for fungal organisms to get in there, even though they were right down next to the forest edge. But that's something to remain to be seen. Now, when I was a kid, my dad, I was real young. My dad, my brother, and I, we built our house right near the lake shore on Lake Ontario, and it was originally a summer camp. And we created a foundation. We expanded a foundation and built an addition on top of it. And we set out a jig, a form for making our own trusses and all. And then we use plywood as opposed to using the metal plates with all the little fingers in them. And if the wood is good and solid, we can always put plywood plates over all of them as well, for the same way you would make your own trusses and all. So it remains to be seen. Some of those trusses were made for replacing the Harbor Freight, which is attached to the house. And I still may be able to do that. I may have to reinforce them. So I don't know for certain yet. I don't think that there's been ample opportunity for there to be any microorganisms that are going to damage them. But we can take steps to arrest any microbial activity, as I've done in the past with the bleach and all. So that's the one topic. After I got done moving the trusses and the gates in here a few days ago, I had mentioned that, we had the Amazon shelving units that were going to be returned, and I was expecting Home Depot to drop off some other shelving units. And I'm going to go in here now and see if it's too dark to see in here. I've got the light on up above up there. So Home Depot did come, and we got these on here, and these are much heavier shelving units. My granddaughter Lori started putting them together, and I'll show you that in a minute. And these ones here, I've been in negotiations. I said, geez, I just want to return these shelving units. And we were able to, Thea was able to come down, and when FedEx showed up with the other 4, we refused delivery, and they did give us a refund on that. Long story short, these are pretty flimsy shelving units, and they're having a hard time coming up with an easy way of shipping these back to them and paying for the delivery, since they aren't really they aren't 3,000 pound capacity. I can tell just by looking at them. But anyways, they said they'll reimburse me 70% of the cost of those. So those would cost me 30%, and I'm sure I can use some. Are we too dark here? I'm sure I can use more shelving. So these are the shelving units here, which are nice and sturdy. These ones came from Home Depot. Let me see if anything shows up any better down at the other end. Got to get lighting in here. Lori put these together for me, and I think she and Corey will be coming over tomorrow, and I'll ask them to just change the location of where to put these shelves and all, because I want them all very uniform. Her idea was to go ahead and leave different sizes for different size objects and all. I'm anal retentive as far as you can see how these shelving units, I put them together, have them all the same. We'll just do the same here. We'll have the bottom shelf just one step up off the floor line there. We don't want them on the floor because they could get wet and cause rusting as well. So this isn't bad where it is, but the rest of the shelves. And we want the top shelves to be right at the very top as opposed to here, like this one down here. So we'll see how everything works out. That way I can put the boards on top of here from the area where I've got to build a wall. So these boards here will all end up going on top of those, which will give me storage space there as well. So anyway, sorry this is dark. I just wanted to make a quick video, let you know we're okay. A little bit of a delay in some of our video creation here, but we survived the cold weather, and we're going to make more progress soon. Anyways, thanks so much for watching. I really do appreciate your comments and questions, your thumbs up. It helps me stay honest about things like the trusses. Those are really great points and all. And I think everybody could potentially benefit from hearing, concerns about trusses as well. All right. Thanks so much for watching. Really appreciate it. Stay safe. Enjoy life, and we'll catch you on the next one. Bye-bye now.